Hello students, today our topic is Python programming, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some output based question answer related to Python programming, and most of the question basically related to loop and conditional statement. So let's start. So this is our question number 1, and we have to find out the output of the following Python code. You can easily see on the screen. Different 4 options are also available, and you can find out one of them. One of them is correct. So let's start. First of all, x is initialized with 2. You can easily see on the screen. First line, x equal to 2. So 2 is initialized to x. Okay, no problem at all. Next line, for I in range x. Okay, that means range, we can write it as range x. So x is replaced with by 2 because x is initialized by 2. So we can write it as range. In place of range x, we can write range 2. And we also know that range function basically contains 3 different parameters: start value, end value, and increment or decrement, which is also called as step value. Okay, so we can write it as range 0 to 1. Here 0 and 1 are default value for start and step. Okay, these are the basically 0 and 1 are the default values, and 2 is the value which indicate end plus 1. Always remember that whatever be the value mentioned in the range function, that is basically the last value, or we can say that which indicate end plus 1 value. It means that this value is not included at all. This is excluded. Okay, so if we write range 2, it means that for I there are only two values, 0 and 1. Okay, so here one thing is very clear, that here the loop runs for two different values, I is equal to 0 and I is equal to 1. In next line, you can easily see here that the statement is written as x plus equal to 1, which simply means that x is equal to x plus 1. And the value of x is 2. So here for I is equal to 0, x is equal to 2 plus 1. It means x is equal to 3. In next line, there is a print statement which print the value of x. It means x equal to 3 will be printed. So 3 will be printed in this case. Okay. Now when loop runs for I is equal to 1, then again there is an increment in the value of x. So the previous value of x is 3, which we already print. Okay, always remember that last remember value of x is considered within the loop. Okay, so the latest value of x is 3, previous value of x is 2. So now if we want to perform any type of calculation over x, then we use or we take x is equal to 3. Now x is equal to x plus 1 again. So here the statement x equal to x plus 1 will give you 3 plus 1, it means 4, and in next line 4 will be printed. So the answer will be 3 and 4. These are the basically, this is the answer. Actually this will print look like that, but as far as the value is concerned, so the value will give you 3 and 4. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Now see the question number 2. What will be the output of the following Python code? X is equal to 1 2 3. It is a number. Obviously it is a number. If it is written within a single quote, double quote, or triple quote, it is considered as a string. But now it is simply written as x is equal to 1 2 3. So obviously it is an integer type of value. Next line, you can easily see that there is a statement written as for I in x. Okay, here x should be a sequence. X should be a sequence. But you can easily see here that X is not a sequence here. It is not a list, not a tuple, not a string. It is simply a integer. So integer value is not considered at that point. Okay. So our answer is error. It will show you an error because objects of type int are not iterable. Clear? It should be a sequence to iterate. It is a simply a constant. That's why it will not work at all and it will show you an error. But if in the place of x123 it is written as x is equal to 123, then it will not give any type of error because now in this case it is a string and string is a type of sequence which is acceptable at this place. Okay, so our answer is error. C is the correct answer. I think it is clear to all of you. Very simple to understand. Now, question number 3. What will be the output of the following Python code? You can easily see here that only two lines are there. Okay, and the first line, which is written as for I in range. Wait a minute. For I in range 0. So obviously this is the value which indicate last plus 1, as I told you earlier. Okay, so it can be written as a range 0 comma 0 comma 1. So counting start from 0 and ends before 0, and we know that between 0 and 0 there is no number lie between these two number, because start value is 0 and n value is less than 0 and there is no natural number which lies in this category. So basically programs run successfully, but it will not show you any output because it will run for uh, it will it will not run at all. Okay, for any value of I. So within the loop there is a statement print I which is waited for you, but you cannot reach to this point because there is no value of I we get from this line, and since we have no value of I at the point of time, so the loop will not run for any value of I. Okay, so we can say that it is an empty loop and it will print nothing, so there will be no output. Program runs successfully, without any doubt program runs successfully, but it will show you nothing on a screen because loops run, because there is no value of I we get from this loop. Okay, so that is the output of this question. Actually output is no output is there, program runs successfully, but it will not show you any type of message on your screen because we don't get any value of I from this statement. Now I think it is clear to all of you. Very simple to understand. I think only two lines are there. Okay, let us take another question. This is question number 4. What will be the output of the following Python code? In first line, you can see that X is initialized with a string, and the string is ABCD. And why it is a string? Because it is marked within a single quote. It may be marked within a double or triple quotes. It is also considered as a string. So it is a string. ABCD are the different characters of this string. Okay. So as far as line first is concerned, no problem at all. In line number 2, it is written as for I in X, and the value of X is basically ABCD. So we can write in place of X, we can write ABCD. Okay, that's simply work on the string ABCD. Okay, so the value of I is such in this string. And next line is, that is a part of loop, print I. So I will be printed. But there is a function used that is called upper. Why it is a function? You can see the sign of parenthesis here. So basically, whatever be the value of I, it will be printed in uppercase letter. And the value of I we get from this string A, B, C, D, which in which A, B, C, D are written in small letters. So first of all, loop runs for the value of small a, and it will be converted into capital A. So capital A will be printed. Then similarly, capital B will be printed when loop runs for small b, then capital C, and then capital B. Since there are only 4 characters, so the loop run for each and every character, and every character is basically um, convert in uppercase letter. So the value is ABCD. If in any case a value is already in uppercase letter, then it will, this function upper function makes no effect, um, but this type of situation is not there. So um, there is no problem at all. But in any case, if already there is a capital letter, and if you want to convert that capital letter in a capital letter using upper function, that will create no problem at all. It is considered as it is. Okay, so the answer is A, B, C, D in capital letter. Look at the answer. All 4 answers show you A, B, C, D, but in all these, especially above first 3 options, show you A, B, C, D in small and capital letter combination, in which B is the correct answer, in which all A, B, C, D characters are written in capital letters. Okay, so B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Now, this is our question number 5, very much similar to the previous one. Again, you can easily see that ABCD is string, and this string X is initialized with this string ABCD, in which ABCD all are written in small letters. Okay, next statement is a loop. For loop is used, and it is clearly indicate that for I in range, look at the function len x. What is the meaning of this? Len is basically is a function which calculates the length of a string, where x is a string which contain 4 characters. So the len value of len x is should be 4. Value of len x should be 4. So actually the line 2, we can write line 2 as for I in range 4. Okay, I in range 4. I think it is clear to all of you. Now look at the third line. Third line is basically indicate xi dot upper. Okay, and the next line is print x. Look at the indentation. Here this statement xi dot upper is basically depend on loop. So this statement run 4 times for the value of I is equal to 0, for value of I is equal to 1, for value of I is equal to 2, and for value of I is equal to 3. Okay, but this statement doesn't affect our output because there is no print statement attached to this statement. There is a print statement which is outside the loop, Again, look at the indentation. So this statement print x is not related to loop at all. So finally the value of x will be printed, and the value of x is abcd, which is not changed during the program. Okay, so a small abcd should be printed. Clear? So this is our answer, a small abcd. So answer A is the correct answer. I think it is clear to all of you. So basically in loop, indentation play a very important role. If you don't consider it, or if you not able to um, understand the concept of indentation, um, and then I think you are not able to do such kind of problem, solve such kind of problem here. So this is a very simple question. Here this statement basically runs for I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, and I is equal to 3. And whatever either it perform, basically it perform uh, x0. It means small a in upper, okay, which will convert small a into capital A. But this capital A, or whatever we find out from this statement, it will not affect our answer because it is not printed in this case. Not printed. There is no print statement attached to this statement, or there is no print statement which is a part of loop. Okay. So whatever is the calculation it perform, it will not affect your output. The statement that affect your output is print x. So x is a basically string, and string is not changed during the program execution, and it is outside the loop also. So the final answer is ABCD, which is a string. So A is the correct answer. Now let us see another question. This is question number 6 here. Again, very much similar to the previous one, but there is a little bit change here. First of all, look at the change in these two questions. These are very much similar to each other. Very much similar to each other. X is a string, ABCD. For I in range len x, len is a function which basically calculate the length. X is a string, so it will calculate the length of the string x, which is actually 4. So the statement is for I in range 4. Okay, I in range 4. Then x is initialized with a character a, and then there is a statement print a. So first of all, the value of I is 0. For the value of I is equal to 0, the value of x will be printed. The value of x is a, so a will be printed. Then for I is equal to 1, again the value of x will be printed, which is a. Here one thing is very important. First of all, the value of x is initially the value of x is abcd, which is a string, but in the loop it is changed. Okay, so x is initialized with a, so we consider the value of x is equal to a, which is the latest value. Always remember that we consider always the latest value. So x is equal to a, then print x. Then print x, it means it will print the value of the x, which is a. So the value of a will be printed for different values I, and obviously I will run for I is equal to 0, 1, 2, and 3. So for these values of I, again a will be printed. So a will be printed 4 times because loop will learn 4 times, or there are 4 different values of I. So a is the correct answer. So C is the correct output. Okay. Now this is our question number 7. Look at the question number 7. X is initialized with the string abcd. This is a string, and again there is a print statement for I in range len x, means len x, the value of the len x is 4. Okay, so next statement is print x. So x will be printed. So first of all, the loop runs for I is equal to 0. So when I is equal to 0, where the value of x will be printed, and the value of x is abcd, so abcd will be printed. But in the next line there is a value assigned to x, and this is a. So x is assigned to a value a. So after that the value of x will be changed. But next time when loop runs, or we can say that when I is equal to 1, then again the value of x will be printed, but now the value of x is changed, so a will be printed. Again for value of I 2, the value of x will again printed, then a will again, then there will be a, again a will be printed, and then I is equal to 3, again a will be printed. So our answer is look like that, A B C D A A A. Actually first time the value x is unchanged, but for I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, and I is equal to 3 value is changed, and x is basically initialized with a. So we always consider the latest value, so a will be printed just after that. So our answer is A B C D A A A. That is our that is a correct answer, which is not mentioned in these option. So our option is none of these, and this is our answer, A B C D A A A. That will be printed just after that. I think it is clear to all of you. One thing you should always remember that the value that will be printed in this order A B C D. If you execute this program A, it means line will be changed, because every time when the print statement we used, then line is changed. Okay, but as far as value is concerned, when we talk about only the values, so our answer is this, but the actual print is look like that, A B C D A, because in every time line will be changed. So if these options are not given and you have to just ask that what is the output of the following program code, then you can write it as A B C D, line changed A, line changed again A, and line changed again A. That will be the correct output. So always remember that when we use the print statement, it always change the line. Okay, until unless you don't use any escape sequence or end statement. If we write like that, that means all variables are separated by a. So in print statement, if we look like that, if we just write print x and then write end equal to space, then it will print to you output just like that, A B C D A. Okay, now let us take another question. This is question number 8. Okay, question number 8, and this is a very important question, because break statement is used, and with loop else statement is also used. So as far as else is concerned, it is used with if part, and it is also used with loop, means it is always used with while and for, but the meaning is same for both of them. When it used with if, then it means the condition that is attached with if is found to be true, then the block of code that is attached with if will be going to be executed, otherwise the else part will play their role. But when we talk about the loop, then until and unless the value is found to be true, found to be false, until else will not going to be executed. So when until the value of while or for loop is found to be true, the code or block that is attached with the while loop will going to be executed, and when condition is found to be false, then the part that is attached with else will going to be executed at all. It simply means that when their condition is found to be false, then the part that is attached to with the else will going to be executed, whether it is attached with if or whether it is attached with while. In question, if if in a question both of them are given, if a statement given and loop is also given, then we have to check that else is mentioned with if part or it is mentioned with while part. So this is an example which basically show you that both of them, okay, in this program, basically in this program else is attached, but we have to find that whether it is attached with if or whether it is attached with while. So how do we how it should be checked? It is clearly indicate that while is given here and else is given here, and see the indentation, there is no indentation at all, while if is given inside the loop. So one thing should be very clear, that this else is attached with this loop. So when the condition of loop is found to be false, only then the else part is going to be executed. Okay, clear? Second thing, break statement. What is the rule of the break statement? Brand break statement encountered in a loop, then it just simply uh, uh, take away from the loop. Okay, so that is the role of the break statement. For example, when break statement is executed in this loop, then we get out of this loop. So, and see the cursor here, see the arrow here. It simply means that we are basically stand here. It means outside the else statement also, because else is also a part of the loop. Now look at the question, look at this question. I is equal to 0, so I is initialized with 0. Then next is while I is less than 5, so loop will learn four different values of I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, and I is equal to 3. Of course I is equal to 4 also, so loop will learn four times, five times, sorry, for 0, for 1, for 2, for 3, and for 4. So five times loop will going to be executed. Then print I statement is here. First of all, the value of I is 0, so 0 will be printed, and then there is an increment of value of I. So next time the value of I is 0 plus 1. Actually increment is given here, so we already calculated the value of I according to this increment. So the loop will run actually five times. The next time the value of I is 1. Okay, so there is an increment of value of I, but after that, if a statement is there, we check the condition whether I is found to be equal to 3 or not. So of course 0 is not equal to 3, so this statement will not going to be executed. So break part is also not going to be executed, and else part is also not going to be executed, because it is executed only when the condition of the loop is found to be false, which is not in this case yet. Okay, so the value of I is equal to 1. So again loop will going to be executed for I is equal to 1. Then you can easily see that print I, again the value of I will be printed, that is 1 will be printed. Again there is increment of value of I, so now the L value of I is 2, so loop will going to be executed for I is equal to 2. So 2 will be printed. When there is increment of value of 2, or so 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So now the value of I is 3. So for value of I is equal to 3, this condition is checked. I is equal to 3. This condition is found to be true, and there is a break statement waiting for us. So we actually get out of this loop, and only 0, 1, 2 will be printed. No else part will going to be executed. So that is our final answer, 0, 1, 2. Okay, but if any case it look like this, else is given as, else is a part of the if, or we can say that there is an indentation and else is written here, then what will be printed? First of all 0 will be printed, then again 0, then 1, 1, then 2, 1, 0, and then 2, 0 will be printed. Okay, because when this condition found to be false, then the else part regarding to this is going to be executed, which will print 0. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0 is the answer if indentation is given in that place. Now I think it is clear to all of you. So look at the answer, 0, 1, 2 is the answer. Explanation, you can see the explanation, the else part is not executed if control out of the loop. Program number 9. What will be the output of the following Python code? X is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. X is basically a string which contains 6 different characters, while I in X, okay, print I, and so I is not defined, so it will show you an error. So D is the correct answer. So this is all about our today's lecture. I hope now you are able to understand the concept of the loop. Thanks for watching this video.